Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Baron here, and we are doing today's tank task, and that is to kill bombers with bombers. Now there's a list of bombers that you can use, and a lot of planes you may not have thought as traditional bombers, but they do count. There will be a link in the video description below, as well as I will be discussing it after this here gameplay. I need 2 kills in arcade. I got 1 kill in historical with my B-25J1. So we are going to start out with my J20, as he is stock. So I got to kill 2 bombers, and then I should be able to complete this task. You can see there's a decent percentage of Tupolev 2s, some B-25s, Wellingtons, and S-79s, and Year 2s. But let's see. The Tu-2 and the B-25 are both able to kill other bombers, so I guess since I'm fighting bombers, I gotta make sure I'm not over friendly stuff. I would like to drop all of my ordnance here. There's a Kai 102 running around, which I think at one point may have been able. We need to find just 2 bombers and get these guys done ASAP, because I only have 2 planes to do it. There's plenty of 102s flying around. I'm assuming that these guys have already completed the challenge, so we're going to pull back. Now, arcade mode's pretty friendly when it comes to flight models and, you know, just flying and all that. Historical is tough. I did manage to take down a Tupolev 2, and I'll probably add that to the end of this. I'm just looking for bombers right now. There's plenty of bomber killers circling around right now, which I'm not a big fan of, as they pose a threat. So we'll probably just dive. We'll get out of there. I don't want to deal with Focke-Wulf 190s and Kai 102s. Although this one might be coming. Looks like it. He's closing the distance. There's a Tu-2. Now, quick scan. Where is everybody? If this 102 continues to follow me, it poses a serious problem. No, he pulled off. So here's some guys ground attacking. I guess I gotta look for PE3 and an IL-4. Here we go. 2 juicy targets. I want to get rid of that. I don't want the extra weight dealing with me, because I will be having to maneuver. I opted for the B-25 simply because of its forward-facing guns. I do not want to deal with the 9T. If I have to, I'll kill it. I really just want these bombers. My gunners, my forward-facing gunner is also pretty awesome. Something shooting at us? Oh. He is rather wily right there, so we'll go after this guy, the IL-4. Need to get a critical. My gunner should be able to continue to deal pain. Now, there is one plane I think is ideally suited for this task. Oh, no way. Air Cobra stole that kill. P-63A. So this is the tough part. I think, I want to think about this more. Maybe historical battle is better for it. We gotta find bombers, and it's just not happening right now. Looks like we're about to go down. This thing, yeah, there goes our elevator, so we are down. What was it? Huh. It's gonna be tough. We may not be able to do it this way. And by this way, I mean in arcade battle. It's a learning experience. I do have the PBY-5, which is one of the, oh, excuse me, I think it's just the PBY-5A. So here we are, looking for another, still need, here we go. Get off my junk. Alright, here we go. This is perfect. Now we're gonna do enemy's gunners unconscious. We gotta get back into this fight here. I don't want any flaps. Just gotta hit him. Cause fires. We're chasing this guy down. Now see, this is annoying. This is the stuff I don't want to deal with in arcade. Enemy kill assist, see? This is, so frustrating. It's absurd, IL-4. There's so many bomber killers out in arcade mode. I mean, everything's a bomber killer pretty much in arcade. IL-4, you are mine. With all these 37mm, there it is, there's one. Alright, we're still doing it, guys. It is on. Operation Bowfighter, Lag 3, A6M3. None of those are doable. The game's almost over, actually. Yeah, look at that. P-39s, Yak-9s, Spitfire Yak-9 over there. Where are the frickin' bombers? There's a Bowfighter back this way, last I checked. Probably just went down. Yak 3, LA5, Lag 3. The sun is not making it easy to spot. Have this Yak 3 coming out. There are a few dots up high there. Yak 3 again, LA5. Come on, show me the bombers. Oh, a lot of that's flak. That's all fighters. Oh, wait, man. It's arcade mode. JU-87 is the only bomber out right now. Where are you, JU-87? Der Stuka, where are you? We gotta keep an eye on the lower right to see if the Stuka dies. Where is everybody? Any bombers? Just the Stuka again. Which I'm not seeing anywhere. Yeah, dude. Oh, there he is. Alright, if we can get him, pack your bags, boys. War's over. But he is in an absolute death ball of enemy. This is a kamikaze mission. We're going on it. He can outturn us. That is for sure. Dropping all bombs. Look at that. A6M3 is already coming in. Gotta do our little dolphin dives here. Hope no one comes at us. Check your surroundings. I just gotta get that damn Stuka. Get the damn Stuka. LA. Oh my gosh, look at the shit we just ran into. I just need the Stuka. Just need der Stuka. Der Stuka. Der Stuka. No! Look at that. He's right there. He's right there. He was right there, guys. He was right there. Now, we're going to have to go back in and do it again. I'm going to do it in arcade, but oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Just lack of targets. Yeah, we're one away from it. So my lineup is pretty basic. All I'm really counting on, because now in the interim here, I'll show the final game, because I know it's going to be the final game. I'm going to get those kills. But we have this BTD1. This is probably the best American. However, it is premium. And as you can see, if I were to buy it right now, you know what? We are ensuring victory. Alright, we'll put him here. I think that's an decently upgraded. So now, I've always wanted to get this plane, and we're going to be talking about why it's so good real quick. This bad boy has two 20mm cannons, and he's at tier 10, so nothing too excessive. It should allow me to basically grab something pretty easily. And I've got universals throwing out high explosive and armor piercing rounds. Should be more than adequate to kill other bombers. So this gives me 3 chances. So we likely won't have to do a do-over. We're finishing it up in arcade. But I want to get the BTD because this is basically preparing for tanks. This thing is going to be incredible. Those 20mm cannons should be able to pierce most lighter and maybe even some medium tanks, depending on the rounds you use. I think in theory, though, it should work. We're doing it without a load. We're doing Omni rounds. We're going to lighten our fuel as light as we can go. Remember the good old days in 1.27? I can't even tell you how many times someone asked, hey Baron, why do you lower your fuel amount to 3 minutes or 5 minutes, depending on the plane, back when you could do that? And they changed it because it was so prevalent for people to basically decrease, you know, their fuel to basically what would not be anywhere close to historically accurate. Unless, of course, you're an Oka or a Kai 200 or an ME 163. Do you have fuel that, you know, in that small quantity, at least in terms of minutes, because those things actually ran through a lot of fuel. So we are looking for bombers. Now, just to kind of go over it, the Americans, you can get kills, bomber kills in B-17s, B-25s, B-24s, the BTD-1, which is featured right now, PBY-5A Catalina, SPD-3, and the TBF-1C. Typhoon, not something we want. I think the BTD-1 and the B-25 are probably the best suited to kill other bombers. There's a bow fighter. See, this is the problem we're running into, ladies and gentlemen. And that is, there's just simply no bomber targets unless this guy who's in my propeller arc right now. Wellington, you, sir, need to die. And there's also a B-25. IL-2 does not count. He's not a bomber. He's more of an attacker. So the Wellington, good old Jelly Welly here, is pretty beast. We want to get a pretty good angle, so we're going to swoop back here, dive in. Should give me what I need. This is the first time using the BTD since the dev server. He is diving. He thinks he can outmaneuver us. Now I'm just worried about his gunners. Nice little lag there. That guy takes a beating, and we're dead. That is right. But that is why they call it the Jelly Welly. Now, unfortunately, we did rather superficial damage. So we're going to be dropping in this bad boy, because he should be, yeah, really close, over the midpoint of our ships. And there's another assist. So we might have to basically duel it out. Now, that just kind of goes to show you I asked for that. That guy got a kill off of me. Instead of sealing the deal, we compromise the mission. So there's B-25 far to the left. ME-410 chasing it. The Germans have a pretty good lineup for this event, I believe. They can use their Ju-87s, the Stukas, which in some cases you have the Gs packing 37mm cannons. And then they also have the Dornier 217s. Interestingly enough, which I would consider heavy fighters. ME-410, any yak chasing him, that is worthless. He's going outside of, you know, the battlefield. There's a few late starters in the back, two there. There's also a third one here. One of these guys has to be a bomber. We just need, though, the bombers. Where are you guys at? B-25. Maybe we can coax each other into a heads-up situation. Scorpion and another Wellington. I think that guy's going straight up for SU-2. That's not a bomber, unfortunately. I'm going to see if I can't go heads-up with this guy. I think, yeah, he doesn't even seem to be kind of heading my way. I'm going to be continually monitoring. Check out that lens flare. Okay. He's got it. He wants to do it. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, make your wages now. Who's going to win this? Alright, now for good measure, what do we have chasing us? Yak 9T, get out of here, son. We don't like your kind. So I might help my friend here. Boom. Aircraft collision. Dip our nose. Say hello. And I'll use my P-47. And I guess we'll talk about the planes. Also, if you are more visual and less auditory in nature, please check the video description below, where I will have a link. Those two kills are bombers, both B-25s I got from going heads up. Now what I did do differently than my compatriots there was I aimed a little above, since we were basically about the same level, you know, in terms of the horizontal axis. So I aimed above them and I started firing about 1.3 to 1.25 out, and that basically allowed me to get pilot snipes. So we're gonna fly around. The USSR is able to field the AR-2, the IL-4, the Polikarpov Po-2, and then all modifications of the AR-2, the PE-2, PE-3, and the SB, and the Tupolev-2. So it's a pretty good lineup. A lot of options, and I'm a big fan of anything with forward-facing guns, because I like to rely on that as opposed to my gunners. Wish I had my stealth rounds in. Gotta watch out for my friend here. I'm not sure. Just missing. There we go. Should do the trick. He's down, you can kind of tell. Nope, he's not. So you can kind of tell, and you can kind of be wrong, is basically what I'm saying. Look at that. There it is. Alright, so going back to Germany, if you really want to be a boss, I don't even know how it's possible, but if anyone does it, let me know. Because one of the listed aircraft for the Germans that you can get bomber kills on other bombers is with the Arado 234. Now that plane has no offensive or defensive armament save for its bombs. So I think you basically have to you'd be dodging jets, and you'd have to get people on the airfield. I'm sure it would be possible. That's probably the grandest challenge right now. But other planes are the Heinkel 111, but you have the premium Wellington. You also have the Junkers 88s, or the Schnell bombers, which are pretty decent at lower tiers, I'd imagine, but you'd have to kind of rely on your gunners there. But I think the Ju-87s and the Dornier 217s are the best bets in that they have some pretty powerful offensive armament. The Dornier 217s are probably the, you know, the tried and true. So here's a TBF, which is one of the American planes. TBF-1C, SBD-3, Catalina, PBY-5A, BTD-1. We already talked about the Americans. I don't want to shoot him down because he's trying to grind this too. But he is right there in front of us. Sorry. I feel bad. I know you're grinding that challenge. But you turned in front of me, man. I was going to let you go. We're going to be best friends. Nope. No, thank you. I don't want any of that. No solicitations, please. So we'll save my friend. Oh, GTFO. Alright, and then finally we have Great Britain and the Japanese, which we have not talked about. No, thank you. You and your stealth ammo. Our tail's down, so we're going to say hello to the ground, and we're going to read off. Great Britain can fly the Swordfish, the Blenheim Mark IV, Beaufort Mark 8, Lancaster Mark III, and the Wellington. All modifications of the Wellington. The Japanese can partake of the B5N2, G4M1, G5M1, G8M1, H6K4, and all modifications of the Ki-49. Now, there was I think at one point the SU-2 and the Kai 102 were actually up there. And as you can see, these 2 gold stars mean I completed my mission. So we'll check it out. Yep, got our 5 out of 5. We even got that insurance kill just to make sure we didn't have to hop in again. But I think the SU-2 was available on the Kai 102. So I experimented with a little arcade and historical. I actually went into one battle. And was that... Yeah, I got that 1 kill. And there was just no target, so it's almost hit or miss. We got fortunate. It took us 3 games to do it. 1 historical and 2 arcade. But I probably could have done 1 more historical and easily bagged another bomber kill. But I wanted to check out the differences. It worked out okay. It wasn't too onerous of a task. At first, I was like, oh my goodness. Like, this seems... You know, because I'm assuming that bomber-to-bomber kills, like, that would be relying on my gunners. And that just seemed, you know, not inside of my control or sphere of influence. And basically making it happen. But then when you realize how many planes actually have forward-facing guns. So yeah, we will look at them real quick. Your 2 B-25s, B-17s, B-24s. You got this bad boy, the BTD-1, which unfortunately we got killed by the Jelly Welly there. And you have the PBY-5A. I'm not sure why just the PBY-5 Catalina. It's not on the list. It could be there. And then finally we have, where are you bad boys at? The SBD-3 and the TBF-1C. Germans, I'm telling you, man, you're going to want your Stukas. All of this line counts, except for the HS-129. He's not listed. And then you have all modifications of the Heinkel 111s and all of the modifications of the Dornier 217s. These guys are at a higher tier, but man, like look at this. This guy is packing 3 machine guns and 2 cannons in the nose. This one's got 1 cannon in the nose. Some of these are packing a ton. This one has no forward facing. So I thought they had more armament than I thought. I was thinking maybe they had ME-410 weapon systems, but they do not. Baron, you need to prepare for tanks and grind up these Dornier 217s. So there's that. And then there's the premium Wellington right here. Russians got a lot of options. Your PE-3s, which have forward-facing machine guns. And the PE-3 BIS has 2 cannons up front. Or excuse me, 1 cannon and 2 machine guns. Yeah, so check that link. I think probably Russian, German, or American are the best bets in terms of planes with forward-facing cannons. We'll take a look at Japan real quick. Kai 102 was allowed at one point, not anymore. Kai 49. Yeah, lots of machine guns, but not a lot of forward-facing weaponry. Anyway, I'm Baron. I hope you found this informative, instructional, and pretty good tips. Let me know what planes you went with and whether you went historical, arcade, or full real battle. Full real battle, you only need 1 kill. So I think get someone with forward-facing guns, probably like a Stuka. Just go in there and bag them. I'm not sure if AI planes count this time around. So let me know if they count or if they don't. And that is obviously they don't because they are biplanes. But Merry Christmas, y'all. Anyway, enough with the rambling. I'm Baron. Thank you for watching. And that was the tank task. Prepare for tanks. Remote, which is very well improved in my opinion. Triggers are better, has that touchscreen panel. Everything else you're used to. This is the main thing, and then the share, which used to be, I guess, what the back or options button used to be on generation before consoles, because this is what, next gen? Is this generation 3 or generation 4? Yeah, but this touch panel is pretty cool. I'm really curious to see what they do with that. So you can basically, like, you know, almost like a laptop, the little...